Okay, this is our unidentified fruiting monstera. This is a very fun plant, very unusual looking for the monstera family, and a great addition to your monstera collection. So there's just a couple of things that I want to point out. When it comes to the fruit that is currently on it, I'm not sure that that fruit is going to survive shipping. If I were a betting person, I would say that it probably won't. So those particular fruit will probably not survive shipping, but it will continue to fruit for you. This is a cutting from a very, very mature monstera. This was actually fruiting when we bought it years ago. So this is it will definitely continue to fruit for you. So that is not a problem, not an issue, but that fruit itself may not survive shipping. So I just wanted to point that out. What else? Oh, and also I wanted to point out that likewise, I do not think that these aerial roots that are currently on it, I don't know if I can guarantee that those will reach you intact either, because they're very, very, very stiff. Look at this thing. This thing really wants to climb. It's been climbing for decades and decades, and then I take a little cutting and put it in a pot. But as you can see, they're very stiff. Now, when the aerial roots are flexible like this, you can pretty much, guarantee that they'll reach you the way that they look right now. But when they're stiff like this, I'm not sure if those are going to make it. Those might break off. But as you can see, this thing puts out aerial roots like nobody's business. It really wants to climb. So if those do not make it to you, don't worry. It will give you some new aerial roots and continue to climb for you. Let's see. The next thing is probably the bottom leaves. Okay, so to get this into the shipping box, these leaves need to go that way, and these leaves are going that way. So the bottom leaves will probably have to be cut off. And it's not like you're losing much. I mean, this leaf will probably have to be cut off. I mean, are you really gonna miss that one? This one has already been bent up. This is what's probably going to happen. If you say, no, I want you to keep these bottom leaves, I still want them, you can see right here, this one's already bent. So that's what would happen if I bent all of them upward to fit them into the box. They're going to have a big bend in the stem, which, I mean, this has been bent for a long time, and the leaf still looks pretty decent. So maybe you say, no, go ahead, bend the stems. I want all of the leaves. But if not, this has never been pruned since I've had it potted it's only been potted for a couple of years. So these bottom leaves will, unless you specifically request otherwise, these bottom leaves will be cut off, and they're not, that great anyway. So just want to point that part out. Let me see, anything else? Yeah, it's just a great plant. It will be a nice addition to your back porch, your lanai, maybe a front porch. It takes up a lot of space. It's pretty big. If you want to, instead of growing it, just letting it vine out, you can obviously put it on a totem and it will absolutely climb. You can see that this really, really, really wants to climb. If your climate is warm enough, you can plant this next to a tree. This will absolutely take over a tree. It has no problem climbing and taking over that tree. Let's see, there's a lot of roots in it. This is actually a 17-gallon tote from Walmart. You can see the little handles right here. This is a 17-gallon tote. And I just threw it in here. I actually get these. These are about $5 at Walmart, but if they're cracked, which they get cracked all the time with putting them on shelves and stocking them and stuff like that, if they're cracked, they will sell them to you for half price because they can't sell them to a normal person. But I use them for plant pots, so I don't care if they're cracked, so I get them for $2.50. But anyway, they're over in the storage section, like where the storage bins are. And but for this one, you are going to need a bigger pot. As you can see, at least one of the roots, actually more than just this one, but this root in particular, you can see it grew out of the pot. It ripped up the weed cloth. I had this outside. It ripped up the weed cloth and everything and grew out. So there are a lot of roots inside of here. And so you're going to need to up pot this to a bigger pot. Probably, I don't know, I would say at least a 30-gallon pot possibly. So anyways, so you're gonna need to up pot this. There might be bigger storage totes than this at Walmart, but you can get just a regular plant pot from a nursery that is a lot bigger, or on Amazon or something. But okay, I think that's about it. I think that's everything that I want to say about this. But yeah, it is a very fun plant, very unusual. I'm not exactly sure of the identification, but yeah, it will give you years and years of enjoyment, and it will continue to fruit for you. And even if you purchase one that's not fruiting right now, this has been potted for about 2 years, and it started flowering. The flowers came literally a year after potting it up. So even if you don't get this one that's fruiting, we are selling ones that are not fruiting, and you will absolutely get some fruit on it. So I think that's about it. But yeah, very, very, very fun plant. Very cool. A little bit ugly, but it will grow on you. And lots of nodes already on this if you wanted to propagate this and share this with your plant friends. This is easy to propagate, and you know, very, very, very nice gift to give to someone who, the plant person who has everything. This is a very nice gift. All right. Email with any questions, and I think that's about it.